I've personally lost over 20 kilos of body fat, and I've kept that off the last 16 years. As my time as a personal trainer and the co-owner of Growing Younger Fitness Studio in New Zealand, I've helped over 1,000 people over the age of 40 lose on average 20 kilos. In this video, I'm going to answer a question I had in a community group. And the question is, has anybody found that just doing 10,000 steps per day and no other exercise actually helps with the weight loss? I'm hearing lots of conflicting stories. I'm not sure if this is actually enough. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down and explain to you what this magic 10,000 steps number actually is. So before we jump into it, let me know in the comments, do you walk 10,000 steps per day? Do you walk more? Do you walk less? Does it work for your weight loss? I'd love to hear what you think. But let's just talk about it. 10,000 steps per day. So there's a lot of numbers pushed out there. A lot of people say do 10,000 steps per day to lose weight. Now, not all 10,000 steps are equal. Okay, not all 10,000 steps are equal. For example, I did a 11K run this morning, was about 11,000 steps, and I burnt about 1,200 calories. I could also walk 10,000 steps and only burn 400 to 500 calories. The steps itself doesn't make a lot of difference. It's the intensity of those steps. For example, if you were to shuffle around and do 10,000 steps of very, very low intensity, you'd burn way less calories than if you jogged 10,000 steps. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you're somebody that is over 50 and doesn't do an awful lot of walking and your step count is very low, if you start to do 10,000 steps per day, what's going to happen is it's going to create a calorie deficit of about 300 to 500 calories per day, depending on your size and the intensity and all those things. So what will happen is if you, let's just say this is your current weight right here, and you start walking 10,000 steps, you didn't change anything about your diet, absolutely nothing, you just start walking, you're going to burn about 300 to 500 calories off. This will create a little deficit and you will get to a new body weight, okay? You will absolutely lose weight, okay? Providing that your meals and food stays exactly the same, okay? It's a little bit of an equation. But in order for weight loss to occur, there's a principle of calories in, calories out. A lot of people don't agree with this, but over 1,000 people over the age of 40 lose on average about 20 kilos. I've also lost 20 kilos myself and kept it off for 16 years because I understand my calorie intake and I teach my clients to understand the calorie intake. So if you're going to do go from 0 to hero and do 10,000 steps, you're going to start to lose weight. If, however, you currently walk 10,000 steps per day and you can't lose weight, then it means that your calorie intake is matching your calorie outtake. Think of it like this. We're a vessel, okay? And food that we eat actually is energy going in. If you don't burn that energy off, then it's going to get stored as body fat, okay? That's a very simple way to explain it. So you got to understand your current situation right now. If you are overweight and you're maintaining your weight and every day you do 10,000 steps but you can't lose weight, then there's two equations we need to play with. Either you need to do more steps or the same amount of steps at a higher intensity, like I said about running, okay, if you can run, or you reduce your calories just a little bit. Because when you reduce your calories, it is much easier to reduce calories than it is to actually expend calories. Because like I said, you can walk for an hour and only burn 300 to 500 calories, or you can just not eat those 300 to 500 calories in the first place. Therefore, it is much more time efficient not to eat it in the first place than it is to try and burn it off. The thing of it is, every sort of, if you think of body fat itself, okay, body fat itself is about, for every 1 kilogram of body fat, it contains 7,700 calories, okay? So for you to burn off a kilo of body fat, you must be in a deficit of 7,700 calories. Now, the safest way to do that is to do that about 300 to 500 calories per day is the best way. And you can do it through nutrition or exercise, it doesn't really matter. But really, to keep on losing weight, so let's just say you start doing your 10,000 steps per day, you get your goal weight. If you don't change anything about your diet and you eat exactly the same, then you're going to hit a plateau. This is going to be your new plateau because these 10,000 steps have actually created that deficit. If you want to get to a new goal weight, there, then you have to create more of a deficit. Therefore, you have to burn off more calories, all right? So when it comes to weight loss, and does 10,000 steps work for weight loss? It depends. It just depends on what you're currently doing. It depends on the intensity, your ability, all those things. I'll tell you a quick story. I had a lady come to see us at the gym probably about a year ago, and she was only doing 3,000 steps per day, and she couldn't lose weight. Now, 3,000 steps per day is classed as highly sedentary. Okay, you can Google it, highly sedentary. And she said, I can't lose weight, but my husband just can't gain weight. I said, oh, interesting. What does your husband do? And she said, well, he works in a timber yard, and he does about 25,000 steps per day. And I was like, there you go. So he is moving around all the time, every single day. And he can't gain weight because he's not able to eat back the calories that he's burning. Okay, therefore it's very difficult to gain weight. But her, on the other hand, she's only doing 3,000 steps per day. So if she was to do an extra 7,000 steps per day, she would create this calorie deficit, and she would actually lose weight because she's highly sedentary. And when you think about it, I've talked about this in videos before, but if you're awake for 16 hours per day, you need 100 calories per hour, okay, to get that. Now, the thing of it is very easy to eat 1,600 calories per hour. So therefore, you must reduce your calories from food or exercise. So bearing in mind that every 3 hours, you need about 300 calories just to hit that number. The problem is, though, if you're highly sedentary, okay, and you're putting on weight and can't lose weight, it means that you're only burning off about 1,300 calories per day. Therefore, because you're not moving around and your diet is what it is. So 1,600 calories for that lady may be too high because her energy expenditure is so low. So for her to start losing weight, she needs to move more. And what I recommend she does is do 7,000 steps per day, okay? If she did that, she would then, her energy expenditure would be more like 1,800 calories per day, which would mean the 1,600 calorie diet that she chose to eat would be a 200 calorie per day deficit, which means she would start to lose weight. Now, it can get a little bit confusing, I do understand that, but they are the basic principles of weight loss. Calories in, calories out. And if you're somebody that doesn't quite believe that, it's fine. Let me know in the comments. I love to have conversations and discussions about this, but take it from somebody who knows, who's lived this personally, has helped over 1,000 people lose about 22 kilos on average, 20 kilos on average. This is always true. There's nobody that lays outside of this principle. All right. So in terms of the 10,000 steps, does it work? Yes, it does. It can actually help you lose weight to a point, but it will only take you so far. And you then either have to keep on walking or increase the intensity, burn more calories off per minute of effort, or you have to reduce your calories from food. So the answer isn't quite as clear cut. So hopefully that answers the question a little bit better for you. If you have any questions, I feel like if you feel I've missed something out, let me know in the comments, and I would love to hear your feedback. Have a great day, team, and I'll see you in the next video.